Hello, 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 and welcome to the Manga Hours podcast, where our mission is to appreciate all things anime manga. I'm your host, Hanzi, and it's another week, another day of just weeb stuff, man. How you doing? Jay, what's going on with you, man? Good to see you.
No, dude, I feel like we've been gone for a minute. It's good to be back.
Yeah, we have been gone for a good minute. It's been a minute. As all things come with moderation, it's what is that saying? Abstinence. Wait, what? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or something like that. We got it.
It's absinthe.
Absinthe, baby. We on the absinthe tonight, apparently, or at least I am.
Absinthe
No, but I do feel you. Summertime is here. I feel like I've definitely been busy. I mean, if you guys been hearing the podcast, watching it, you know that I've been, just getting 1-2 comboed with weddings and bachelor parties, and I'm finally climbing over that hill. It was kind of a big hurrah this weekend, what we're talking about, actually. Pretty much today, we're going over my Anime Expo experience. I was just there over the weekend, the 4-day badge. Also, during Anime Expo by day, bachelor party by night. That same weekend, I had my cousin's bachelor party to attend, so it was quite the experience. I will say that. But that's what we're gonna be talking about. Pretty much my experience at Anime Expo with all the merch, exhibition hall, artists, cosplay, panels, and just everything that happened, and how I kind of almost saved a life. Maybe I did save a life, actually, if I think about it. But it's all coming up after the intro, so let's plug in. Woo! Jay, man, it's the start of a new week, or I guess the end of the week. But I don't even remember what I say anymore. It's been so long. New week, new brew. What you got going on for you?
I gotta crack this first.
Oh yeah, crack it.
Take me back to my island days, drinking the Maui Brew Co.
Oh
Land
man,
of
you're going.
Rainbows.
You are going way back to the throwback Maui Brew Co. Morusagi, hello, it's good to see you. How you doing? How's you and Sunny going? Hope everything's right. This week I'm drinking a hazy IPA, Ambient Vibes by local Toba Toba Brewing Co., who is honestly some of the best beer I think you can get out here. Definitely in Southern California. Maybe you can find it up north, but if you can have the opportunity to go to a local tap room, highly suggest it. Some of the best, just ambience, some of the best brew you can get. Crisp, clean. They got some dope concoctions going on there. They even have a pretty good seltzer, I'm not gonna lie. But that's what I'm sipping on this week, and we're gonna crack a cold one to that. Just another update for the podcast, y'all. We're gonna be rolling out some visuals, some updates as we go forward. I know I've been saying about I'm spending a lot of my time in focus coming into the podcast back now that I've kind of had my stream experience, but that's coming soon, so I'll start rolling out here pretty soon. You already saw a new visual tonight that I had going on, so hopefully you guys like that. We went old school retro with it, but man. Enough about me, Jay. What's going on with you, dude?
Dude, just the same old shit. My life doesn't change too much. Too much.
Too much.
But yeah, now just cruising along, dude. Working my way through school.
Yeah.
It's another, I think, 7 months, and then I did it. I'm out.
Nice. Damn, 7 more months.
Yeah, it's 7 months too long. But yeah, no, that's just about it. Watching anime, of course, dude. Been starting a bunch of new stuff, so
Ooh,
that's my
okay.
excitement.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That means I can pick your brain about what's coming out here, because I've been slacking. But when am I not slacking? Honestly.
Wow.
Actually,
Dude,
no, I don't know. I mean, I've been busy. You know that. I mean, Hansi's busy, baby. What's new? What's different? But yeah, I think last time we left off, I was all in the Spy Family. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Maybe even before that. But yeah, okay. So I'm glad to hear that. But let's kind of, Jay, let me ask this, man. Have you ever been to Anime Expo or and kind of like any convention like nerdy like that?
No, I have not actually. So I'm one of those people who are just watching from afar, jealous,
Yeah.
and spewing out my rage because I don't get to partake.
Oh man, he's bitter. I felt the bitterness in that. That was a little bit of malice in that. Okay, I feel you. I mean, you are the shepherd to your own destiny, so you can make that choice to go on that.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew that.
Look at you. Dude, get that in.
I'm surprised you didn't go to
blazoned in, stone.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised you didn't go to like Phoenix Fan Fest at all.
No. You never invited me, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure you just went by yourself.
I did go by myself, but I'm honestly, you were in Hawaii. No, wait, what are you doing? I don't know, man. I swear, I feel like I invited you, bro. There's no way I didn't invite you. That's probably when you're working your beer job and like it's the busiest weekend. Yeah, I remember actually. Oh, I can't. It's like one of the busiest weekends of the year.
Yeah. Okay.
That sound familiar to you? That sound familiar to you?
Now you just magically remember just years ago, just one weekend. Hi.
I'm channeling like L in Death Note, bro. I'm going back. I'm like reading the folds in my brain right now.
I think you're just trying to play my mind against me. I don't think any of this happened.
It did happen. Sonny, what's going on? Good to see you, bestie. It's been a minute. Missed you. But Phoenix Fan Fest was pretty dope. That's where I met Steve Bloom. I got his signature on my jacket that I hand painted myself. If you guys want to see that, hit me up on Twitter or join the Discord and I'll show you guys. So that's a good actually call to action right there. You go. Yo, if you're listening to the podcast, hit up our socials, Monch Hours, Instagram, Monch Hours, Twitter. Check out our Discord. Just hit me up a DM. You can also search Hanzi, Haunzz. And then I'll be able to help you out there. And if you're watching, check us out on our podcast platforms, yo. Listen, you can hear your favorite episodes offline. So you got that Wi-Fi, you had to worry about the bandwidth and whatnot. But I digress. Back to the conversation at hand. So Anime Expo, this is my second time I've been. I went in 2019, and obviously any time after that was unfortunately during the pandemic era, so there was closed. I mean, they had Anime Expo Lite, which was like a live stream of it, which is dope that they did that. It's dope that they did that, but it's not the same experience as going there yourself. And I have to say, Anime Expo 2022 did not disappoint. It was fucking slammed to the brim. I ended up getting the 4-day badge, which on 2019 only had the Saturday, like the one badge. And honestly, dude, like it's just a crazy thing, man. Like, I'm not sure if you saw the probably not, because you're not really on like social media that much anymore, but on Friday, let me kind of paint the picture. So Anime Expo is over at LA Convention Center, and there's like one major choke point, and that's when you get into the convention center, you have to go up these stairs, and then through the doors is the big ol' hall. Well, prior to that is just like this little waiting area. It's pretty good size, but like that's where people clog up. That's where I clogged up, because essentially they let you in at 9, but the doors don't open to the halls and stuff till 10. So for about an hour, people are just kind of funneling in. They're getting their bags checked. They're getting their weapons checked for cosplay. But Friday, apparently, the fire marshal actually had pulled people away or prevented people from going in till they filtered into the hall. Now, what sucks is, like, of course, people on like Twitter try to like make them like kind of, what do you call it, bait the most out of it, or clickbait it. It's like, the fire marshal isn't letting any more people inside anymore, like it's maxed out. Well, not really. I mean, yes, it's maxed out in that hallway just until people go into the halls and disperse. And then once that happens, which you see videos later in the day, the hall is open. That's where all the cosplayers hang out. People are taking pictures, just having a good time. Hell, there's enough space that there was even a dance battle on day 3, and I was there for it. It was so sick. But that was a big thing. So I will say when you do, it is called Line Con for a reason. You do wait in line a lot, but that's just how it is. But that gives you the more reason to spark up some conversation, check out the cosplays that are coming around, and just kind of, you know, enjoy yourself. You're there amongst people of your, you know, culture, your kin, all the weebs, all the otakus, and you just let it all hang out. I mean, that's why I want to see, like, I want to see how Jay, I mean, if you were to go there and I don't know, you'd be like the tallest dude, one of the tallest people there, you get like crowding over everybody.
Yeah. No, it's on my list, dude. I really definitely want to go. I know we mentioned maybe me coming out there next year, trying to make my appearance, my bust my cherry, you know. Way to make it gross, but
I mean, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but no. All right, now I think I went too far.
No, it's good, dude. Let it out. You've been backed up for a couple weeks, man. You've been backed up for a couple weeks.
Oh man, but you know, I like everything about it does sound awesome to me, and it's just one of those things that I haven't crossed off my bucket list. And I am extremely jealous and, like I said, spiteful to you having gone many a time and never having invited me. So friendship's over.
Did, bro. Get out of here with this shit. I bullshit. I even invited you. I said next year, bro. There's no way I didn't invite you. Get out of here. Get out of here. I didn't invite you this year though. That's true. I will say that much. But I did preemptively invite you for next year, so we can totally do some group cosplays. I actually told Gino about it too and Shane. It'd be dope to do because like the group cosplayers is always dope. But I'll get in the cosplay. I have like a whole cosplay section. I'll get into that a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. So I didn't go like the beginning of day one, Friday. I had to work. So I was over in, I got off work a couple hours early. So I said, fuck it, let me take advantage of this. So I just zoomed on over there, which is about like an hour and a half drive. Got to the con, got my wristband for COVID because I needed a COVID verification and to actually enter the con and whatnot, like the vaccination or proof of negative test, which is dope. It was good that I did that because that way I didn't have to wait in that line the next day afterwards. But and it also got me, kind of gave me the lay of the land to scope out the booths I want to hit, some of the exclusives, merch, and things like that. So what was cool, you know, that was day one, Friday. Then day two was kind of like when I went and I got in. I waited in the line for an hour at the beginning. I waited another hour in that hall that I was mentioning. And I knew that I wanted to hit a certain booth. I knew I wanted to hit like this couple merch booths, but the most important one I wanted to hit was the Viz Media booth because they had a couple things that I really wanted. That was the exclusive Anime Expo exclusive 10-year anniversary. Wait, not 10 year. What was it? 30 year? Hold on, let me see. I have it right here. 20th. It's crazy. 20th year anniversary of the Bleach manga, #1. So I went in, I snagged that, and then they also had the 20th anniversary of Naruto, and they had some like this awesome skateboard deck. Like, dude, I have to take a picture and show it. Well, actually, I did post it on Twitter, but I think I did it on Discord. I'll do it on Discord. It's like those are the two things I was hunting down, and dude, it was so worth it. Like, unfortunately, what ended up happening was when I got in the entertainment hall, like I got there early enough, I got in the original group of people, and then they start letting people in the exhibition hall. And it was funny, you're like, there was a Mario guy dressed up Mario, and he had a boombox. He was just waiting on the stairs, and people were like walking past him. He was kind of like hyping everybody up. But the shitty thing is, like, I chose the wrong spot to line up inside, because as you went through the door right there, in the center that I was lined up in was actually like the One Piece booth, and that was just probably the biggest mistake. Like, it's also, I will say, it's a bit of a mistake on. I get that they want all the cool shit up front, but like all the cool shit should actually be in the back, right? Because you want the flow of traffic to go through the booths into the main area, not the main area be up front. And what ended up happening was like it was just like fucking stop traffic, dude. No one was going. I was there probably for like 20 minutes just trying to get through like 20 feet of just people. And we're just like stopping, going, and I ended up going like, dude, I need to go. And like people in front of me, God bless their soul, they weren't like very I don't know the word I'm looking for, not go-getters, but like they didn't have the conviction to go and pull and push forward, and I had to like go make my way, squirm my way through it. Then I finally got to the Viz Media booth, but they had this like stupid rule where like, okay, they cap out and they can't let any more people in line, but they don't let you wait in line like outside the booth. Like you gotta go, like you can't be here, you're interrupting flow of traffic. Okay, I get it, but like I'm on the side, like there's clearly enough space for me that I have this like little segue where there's booth, and there's like me and 4 guys, and we're all like, we're all talking to each other, like we're like, no, the moment we walk away, they're gonna open that fucking line up and let people in. Shit, you not, like after like 5 seconds after he said that, they opened the line up after telling us to get out of here. Like, okay, people come in now, so we scoot in. I fucking zoom in. I beeline right into it. I actually walk past a like I don't know, a display of like the products they have, and I'm like, I'm in. I got my shit. I got the manga. And I got the freaking deck, dude. I was so hyped for that. Like, it's gonna be sick, man. Like, wait till you see it. Oh, maybe you did see it. Oh, maybe not. You're on Twitter.
No, I haven't seen it. I need to see this, dude.
It's so dope. It's so dope.
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't send me any pictures of this whole thing, like as it was happening. You really just kept me in the dark, bro.
I have pictures. I'm gonna post them. I just been busy, dude. I'm telling you. Like I mentioned, I had the Anime Expo by day. This is a shitty thing, was like I didn't have every day after the Animal Expo ended, I pretty much raced to the Airbnb where all my family, my cousins were at, and just started the freaking bachelor party festivity. So I didn't like really have a chance to check social media for like cool shit that's happening at Anime Expo. And actually that's one thing I do regret, is not, because I saw some after the fact like booths that I didn't even see. Even though I felt like I walked around the whole freaking hall, I clearly missed some booths, and I didn't see them until I got on social media. And like, damn, I missed a lot of stuff, to be honest. And like, it was so much of a blur. I was kind of like going too fast. But I mean, nonetheless, I liked what I liked, and mainly this time for me was mostly going to be like more of the experience, less about the merch. B1 Kinos, yada 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 daze. Good to see you. How you doing? But that was just like the main spot I wanted to hit. And then, I was hanging around the whatchamacallit. They had the Neon Genesis Evangelion line, which that took a little long time. I actually had to leave that line like about midway through to get food because I didn't eat that morning. And I was feeling pretty spicy, man. Like I was hot for sure. Because what I was doing was I was actually in this Kishibe cosplay for Chainsaw Man that day, and I had like the coat on. I had the full getup. I even had a wig, believe it or not, and it was just like cooking me, bro. Like I low-key felt kind of bad. Like I was like, damn, this is. More props to the cosplayers, because this shit's kind of hard.
Yeah, dude, I still haven't even seen your costume. I feel like I'm completely in the dark on your whole.
Everybody
your whole
is.
This is like, I know this is my first time hearing everything.
This is like my first time. What?
So like, I don't even. Did you go by yourself?
I did.
Didn't even gather that much.
I went myself. I'm a nomad,
adventuring.
Bro. I do shit.
Solo leveling over here.
Solo level like Sun Jin Woo. I forget his name. Something like that. SJW, baby. Sheesh. But no, like, before I get into cosplay stuff, like, I'll talk more about the booths that I saw, like, at least the halls and whatnot. So, like, that was, I did a lot of my shopping day one. And the thing about it is, like, I usually just check out the like major brands, like obviously Viz Media, Good Smile, Crunchyroll, Anime, Toy Animations, Gundam, all that stuff, because like unfortunately a lot of like the other booths that are there, like that are privately owned, that aren't artists, like they're just like kind of like, it's just a lot of shit you can get online. And like you can't like legit like all these figures and stuff, like I'm unless like you're like an actual like company, like other than that, like if it's just like a private seller selling you figures, it's kind of like, I don't know, always like feel like they're fakes and whatnot. But I'm like, that shit you can get online anytime. Like you're paying a premium right there, unless you're like hunting for a certain figure. Like I usually just tend to avoid all that shit, like all of it.
Yeah. Sounds like your experience.
I mean, yeah, baby. You gotta roll. See, that's why I go solo. So when I take the squad next year, we can. I'll be like divvying people. Like I'll be commanding. I'll be freaking. I'll be What is it? I'll be All Might, bro. Oh, Aizawa, Eraserhead. You be my class 1A. I'll be Eraserhead. But
I'd be honored.
yeah. But I mean, that was like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the merch section. Obviously, can go on and on about merch. I didn't get to check out the Faku, which is the 18 plus. Apparently, Shindal L was there signing stuff day one, which I missed, which is one of like the most recognized hentai artists out there, Doja Nishi's. I know, but there was the entertainment hall as well, which is sick. And the entertainment hall was dope, Jay. Like you would have loved this. You go in, it's much more open. It's like half the people in there, just as big, and there's just people playing games. Like there's arcade games, there's fighting games, there's tabletop games, people throwing down, Yu-Gi-Oh, which rest in peace, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. Unfortunately, he passed away, and Kazuki Takahashi, I can spend more time about this, but Yu-Gi-Oh was a very important part of my life for late teens. I mean, Jay too. I mean, we spent a lot of time playing cards, so rest in peace, man. A legend, the GOAT. Yeah.
That is sad to hear. Have they released any information on it that you've seen? I just saw it as an accident or something.
Yeah, they released some. It was like snorkeling, and that's all as I know. He's like kind of found. Yeah, after the snorkeling trip, he just I don't know. Maybe his body gave out or something.
That's sad to hear.
I know it is. Very sad. Very sad. And best wishes to everyone affected. I see a lot of people come out and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, which is nice. But it was cool. It was cool to see that at the entertainment hall. There's also like Bushi Road, which we played Carve Vanguard together for a long time. They had they're promoting like the new Gundam game. It was overall dope experience. The entertainment hall is definitely, for those that don't know of a good spot to hang out at, go to the entertainment hall, make the walk. It's very clean. It's very AC, and it's a good spot overall. I feel like we could have spent a lot of time there, me and you, just checking out different stuff. It would have been tight.
Yeah, for sure. Seems like my spot.
Yeah.
Less people.
Less people. Less. Clean air. And just hanging out some more just the gamer dweeb side of things. But I mean, of course, Anime Expo wouldn't be Anime Expo with like all the insane cosplays that were there. And like I mentioned earlier, day two, or my day one, but it was day two, Saturday, I went as Kishibe, or Kishabe, some people pronounce it, from Chainsaw Man, which is currently not an anime yet. It's only in manga, and it was an experience, dude. I got it in the whole coat, I had the wig. It was rough. It was just like, I think what ended up happening was I got there so early, like at 8, and you kind of have to. You either get there early or you get there late. And I was in the sun for a little bit, lining up the beginning. I think that's what really kind of started me off like wrong, I guess, in that sense. But I survived. I got in, I waited, and I saw some cool cosplays. I saw like one Makima cosplay. I was waiting in line. But other than that, there was essentially, if I were to break it down, like the cosplays at Anime Expo, if I were to break it down, I want to say, oh god, at least not. There was just so much Genshin Impact cosplays. It was insane. And are you familiar with Genshin Impact?
I've dabbled. I haven't gone so deep, but I've dabbled.
At least you know. Yeah, at least you know. It's just like, it was. Yeah. They're fantastic cosplays, but I was honestly surprised to see how much of it there was. Like, it was just like no freaking shot. Like that was just like the main cosplay. That was like the cosplay of the weekend for sure. But other than that, there was like awesome cosplays of My Hero. I saw some awesome Mirko cosplays, which is super cool. I didn't see much Chainsaw Man when I went, which surprisingly, it sucked because I felt like I saw so many more Chainsaw Man cosplays on Sunday, the day after I dressed up, and I was like, damn, bro. Like, and I took pictures of them too. Like, I saw a super cool Kobeni. This Kobeni had the burgers, and she had like the food tray when she was at the burger store. She had like a fake burger, fries, and like a McDonald's cup. That was so cool. I saw
No
Aki
DDR machine.
as no DDR machine, unfortunately. Maybe she could ask her to do a dance, but she was in artist hall, and it was like it was hot. It's hot down there. Artist alley. But again, like when I was there my first day, I did come across a couple Denjis, which is super cool, and a couple powers. There was one point where I was kind of like in the spot eating, and a power was walking by, and we just kind of looked at each other and pointed, and we're like, yeah, you know. So it's like it's also making that experience, having that connection, because a lot of people don't know who Kishibe is. Like if you've seen the Chainsaw Man trailer, that's it. You wouldn't know who Kishibe is unless you read the manga. So it's kind of like a cool thing to see people recognize it and like, oh, are you Kishibe? I'm like, yeah, it's fucking tight. Like, all right, this is like the legit person that read the the series so far, and it's just like we're kind of connecting it and have a good time that way. But what ends up happening in the for the cosplay side of things, you see obviously a lot of people take pictures. You know, it's kind of like this golden rule. They have this thing where it's like cosplay is not consent. Just because someone's wearing something doesn't give you the permission to like grab them or touch them or anything. And you also kind of like have to like sometimes you don't want to just take a picture like of someone randomly, right? Like you have to give them the respect of like going up to them and say, hey, can I take a picture of you? And so they can like pose and show off their cosplay in like a great way. Which I mean, some people don't do. Some people take it from afar, which I've done that. Like, but I'll wait till the person is posing so they can like have a good picture, because sometimes the lines are so long. Too, like, there's lines for people to take pictures with cosplayers. I don't know if you know that.
I do now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. Some of them are like smoking hot, and some of them are just super impressive. Especially the group cosplays, man. There's so many cool ones. I saw one of the Seven Deadly Sins. I saw the Attack on Titan group there, like Eda, Mikasa, Levi. That was freaking cool. There was Final Fantasy VII. Just a whole bunch of cool stuff. Whole bunch of cool cosplays. And I think that's obviously one of the greatest things about the convention is the cosplays, the people dressing up for that. Especially when you're walking around, you just kind of see it, and it's just like almost becomes like so non. Like it's just like it just blends. It like you're in that world where it's not like, oh, there's someone cosplay. It's like, oh yeah, like all these cosplayers here.
Yeah, let me tell you this, dude. I would wait in line to take a picture at Kishibe. Not gonna lie.
Well, I didn't even get that, unfortunately. I had a wig that was kind of really fucked up, bro. So I had to do the best I can with it. It was like a $10 wig that I bought off Amazon, and like I had to like chop it off, like a lot of it off, like 2 days prior. It just didn't sit right, but it got the job done, I guess. But yeah, I'll post them. Like I said, I have all these pictures. I'm just waiting to post them, and it was tight though. I was mainly the one asking for pictures, which I don't mind. And I took a lot more pictures the second day, because again, like the first day I was just so like, I had a wig, I had glasses, I had a mask on, I had the coat, I had the shirt buttoned to the top with the necktie, you know, the slacks, the buttons. I felt very like, ugh.
You were toasty.
I was toasty, bro. I was toasty.
I'm telling you, dude, if I ever cosplay at like a con, it's definitely gonna be as Luffy. That's the most just not bundled up costume I could think of.
That's what I was thinking, dude. It's like cosplay definitely is not something bulky, bro. Especially at least at Anime Expo. Like the more airflow, the better. I mean, Luffy, you can be Toto. You know, it's straight up forget the shirt, get the man bun, get the samurai bun they used to have back in the day. You can rock it, bro.
Yeah.
But I saw some cool stuff.
Going. I'm not going.
You're not going anywhere else?
What?
You're not gonna go anywhere else, or as anything else?
Oh no, that's
airflow, baby.
Staying
airflow.
In that zone. Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's just so cool, man. Like I see these people that worked on these cosplays, or even if they didn't work on it, they bought it, but they just like it's one thing to dress the character, but to like emanate the attitude and the personality is so fucking crazy how some people do it. Like I saw or just like professional cosplayers. Like there was a woman who dressed, she was like 2B from Nier Automata, but in a Chinese dress. And like she had I didn't get a picture with her 'cause she had a super long line, and I was like, dude, I'm not even gonna take a picture from like the distance. I was like, that's like clearly that person was a professional. Like she had like people were there with the lighting, the lamps and everything. And it's like one thing's like, yeah, like respect. Like respect. I just kind of admired. Like I was like next to the line. I just put my phone away and I was like, damn, dude. Like just watching someone like a professional at work was sick. And there's also like that with guys too. Like, dude, there were some fucking juicy hunks there. I'll tell you right now, there's some juicy hunks. And I was like, man, I don't swing that way, but man, you guys are looking pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, shirt off, or they had like, there's one dope cosplay of a guy in a Sailor Moon outfit, so sick. You had people walking around, of course, with like Greed from Seven Deadly Sins. You had I managed to catch, and shout out Rage Gear Props, who's on Twitter. Dude, I managed to catch him for a second. I think he was a guy from Genshin with no shirt on. But I was going up the escalator. He was going down the escalator. So I didn't, like, and there's so many people, like, and I, like, it was just like a moment of passing. I was like, oh, and it was so cool walking down. But he was in a group of people, looked fucking awesome. There's just so many sick cosplays. It's definitely, like, if you were to go to Anime Expo, carve out some time to just hang out in that hall or the cosplayers hang out in. Just walk around, say, hey, you know, can I take a picture? And cosplayers love that. Like, I mean, I'm sure the professionals get all the time, but like me, for example, or like somebody else, like there's so many people that I approached. I was like, can I get a picture of you? And like, yeah, like to be recognized for like the hard work you put into that cosplay, I can imagine is freaking awesome to these guys, to these girls, to everybody there. So I had a lot of fun just chatting to cosplayers, asking to take pictures, taking pictures with them. The one thing that sucked about going solo is a lot of the times you're just taking a picture of them. You can't take a picture of you with them because there's no one to hold the camera for you. I mean,
there's something sad about that. This.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's like it's funny to be surrounded by people but feel alone at the same time. Luckily, sometimes if there's people waiting in line, I would say, hey, do you mind taking a picture of us? And then they say, yeah, of course. But like, if it was just like spur of the moment, I wouldn't. It's like it's hard. It's like the flow of traffic. It's like a school of fish. It's hard to like catch their attention and whatnot. And there's multiple people like you can take cosplay pictures at. Of course, I took it right there in the hall. I took it at Artist Alley. I took one with 02 cosplayer at the entertainment hall. She fucking killed it. She did the whole pose and everything. And I was like taken back. I was like, damn, you were so damn cool. And there's spots outside where people take pictures too. But like, yeah, I mean, Jay, you say you'd be Luffy, but like, so you got, if you were to go 4 days, bro, what would your cosplays be for every day? One for each day.
Just run it back.
Run it back? No, for real, yeah.
Just run it back. I can't drop that on me without me being able to think about it. Obviously,
Sunny says she'd love to see your Luffy.
Yeah, I'd kill it. I feel like I'd kill it. I don't want to.
Oh damn, confidence, bro! You're like, you kill it. Let's go. So you heard it here, folks. First, next year, Anime Expo. Jay is going as Luffy, and he's gonna get that devil fruit, and he's gonna pop off, bro. Who would I be? I guess I'd be fucking Chomper.
Chomper, yeah.
I'm thinking of short.
You're not, dude. You're too tall.
I saw a lot of Zoros. I saw a lot of badass Zoros though.
I want to say Piccolo, but friend of the show Zach, he was telling me how one Halloween he went as Piccolo, and everyone just kept calling him the Hulk. So I don't think I want to do Piccolo because
Zach's too jacked.
I don't. That's true. Yeah. I wouldn't have that problem.
Well, I think if you went as a group, like people would be more likely to get the series together, and like the group like. If you go in as twos, like it's so cool when you go in as 2 cosplayers. Like I saw this one of Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and not Joseph.
Jonathan.
No, the one that Diamond is Stardust Crusaders JoJo. What's his name? The first guy with the stand. Josuke.
Jotaro.
Jotaro, yeah, Jotaro, yeah, and. The girl was Dio, the girlfriend, or whoever the girl was Dio, and she did the freaking pose. It was so sick. Like she like bent back, and I was like, "Oh damn!" She's getting all into it. It was so tight. And
about ACDC.
Who?
Oh, one of the dude's name was ACDC.
Oh, you're breaking up, bro. You got like you're
That
glitching
good?
on my screen.
Oh, how about now?
Oh, you good? You good? There we go. You set. You
Okay.
set. Oh man, you're gone. Jay's gone, everybody. Rest in peace, Jordan. He's stuck. He's stuck. Well, we'll let him come back, and I'll kind of jump in. I mean, I can go on for days about the cosplays. They're just so amazing, and like, I don't know, man. It's just a super cool thing to be there and be a part of that and see it all. Even like day 3, like I mentioned, like I just came in my normal outfit that time, and it was much more enjoyable. But to see all the cosplays there, take pictures of them, it's just so damn cool, bro. Like just being in that environment is just like, it's refreshing. It's busy, but it's refreshing. The other thing I want to kind of chat about was the panels that I went to. I went to a couple. I wanted to go to a lot more, but fuck, man, lining up for panels is very, very grueling. So the first one I went to, and that was the first day, was the Demon Slayer panel that you had to get a ticket for. Prior to that, which I did get a ticket, and that's what made me leave the Neon Genesis line, the merch booth, because I was like, the panel started at 1, and I was in that line. I was like, if I'm not in the booth by 11, I'm leaving, because I gotta get food and I gotta get water. So I left because 11 rolled around. I got food and I got some fucking shitty ass food. I made the mistake, like I should have gone outside to the beer gardens, and I'll tell you this clutch move when I get to the beer gardens. But I got some crappy food, but I got a Powerade, whatever. I just ate. 11:30, I get up and I go. I'm like, fuck it, you know what? I'm gonna go check out the Demon Slayer line. I get there and start 11:30, and they're like, we're not lining up for Demon Slayer yet. It's gonna start lining up at 12. I'm like, okay, no problem. The only people that can line up right now are Premiere. I'm like, okay, you know what? I got this I got some merch in my bag. I got that big skateboard deck in my hand too, and it's kind of making me feel like shit. So all right, I'm gonna take this time. I went to my car because I parked in the garage. I dropped the shit off, and I tried going back up to where I exited, but apparently you can't do that even though you have the badge, you have the scanner. So I had to go all the way around, and by the time I got, it was 12 o'clock. It was like 11:45, 12 o'clock by the time I got back to the Demon Slayer panel. And that shit was filling up so fast. I'm so glad I got there. I went around. I got in line because I was outside of the main hall, in the shade, luckily. But there's so much people lining behind me that there's a line out in the sun. Those guys were cooking for like an hour, man. They're cooking. And I was like, bro, like that's not crazy. Like these lines are the panels. Like it's kind of hard to. I had like so many panels lined up that I wanted to go to, but timing was not right. Like if I didn't have at least an hour at minimum, I was gonna say fuck it, it's not worth it. But the Demon Slayer panel was sick because you got in there, and it was AC'd and there's chairs, and oh man, that hour was heaven, bro. I was big chilling there.
I can imagine, dude. So how long was it from jumping in line to actually getting in?
An hour. I waited an hour in line, to be honest.
Okay.
They started letting the thing was at 1, and they started letting people into the building like around 12:40ish. So you get in and you kind of like, it's funny. The security guard's like, "Don't run, no rush, no power walking either." I'm like, "Dude, I'm just fucking walking. That's how I walk. Leave me alone. I want to sit down." But I got there and it was so cool, and the Demon Slayer panel was so sick. I sat down, and a Nezuko, who was it? 2 Nezuko sat next to me. It was like the mom and the daughter. It was like the sweetest thing ever. And to the left of me was like somebody dressed up as Zenitsu, and I'm there as Kishibe. But it was so cool. The panel started, and it was just like awesome because it's one of those things where no one there is calling Demon Slayer mid or whatever. It's just like, damn, everybody loves Demon Slayer. And it was so tight because they brought out the voice actor for Tanjiro in the JP, and he was like, "Oh, hello everybody." You know, he's had a translator, and he's like, "This is not only my first time at an expo like this, but it's my first time in America." And everyone's like, "Ah," you know, they're going crazy. They had the Aniplex producer there. He was kind of giving us just details of the inner workings of, you know, Demon Slayer, his favorite moments, working with the voice actor for Tanjiro, working for the voice actor with like Zenitsu, Nosuke, Nezuko. We had even like the messages like that were pre-recorded for us of Zenitsu. It was so funny, bro. So like Zenitsu goes first, and this guy is like Zenitsu. Like he's like super energetic. He's goofy. He's having like a goof. He's having a laugh. He's like, okay, bye bye, and he like pretends like he's going down an elevator at the end of the recording. Like he's just crouching down. Bye bye. You know? And it was just like so cool. Loved it. And then they had the guy from Inosuke come up and do his thing, and this guy was like, the way he sounded and the way he looked, like you just like, that is not someone who plays Inosuke. He was so reserved, so polite. It's like completely different from like the usual bore that we see on screen. And then of course Nezuko was there. She did a little pre-recorded message, and it was short and sweet. Not as flamboyant or as good as the other, or as lengthy as the other two. But during the panel, they were like replaying moments from like the anime and the movie. And the first one they played was episode 19, and it was when Tanjiro was fighting against, I think it's like Ryu, that spider, the lower moon of the Mugins. And everyone's like, oh, you know, they're all cheering and shit, and you know, like kind of doing that. And it was so cool being that environment. And they had like the producer talking about it, and he was speaking English. He was speaking pretty good English, to be honest. And it was super cool hearing their insight on that. And then they had more scenes from, of course, the movie. And the movie, like, oh man, they said, oh, here's a scene from the movie. And everyone kind of like held their breath, like, oh man, what are they gonna show? And then of course they show when Asuka, well, I forget, it's Azawa, whatever her name is, the monk demon, upper moon demon, is fighting against Rengoku, and Rengoku kind of took a hit. And then Tanjiro, of course, we all seen like Rengoku, you know. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, everyone's like, I want to cry. Everyone's like getting teary-eyed and stuff. Oh man, it was just a beautiful moment, bro. It was just beautiful.
That is cool, just being able to share. You know, we have this podcast where we share like our love for these shows and like great moments like that. But it's got to be a different, just probably hits you different when you're amongst like hundreds of other people, like-minded and with the same passion that you share. I can only imagine how cool that is. Hopefully I have a friend who'd invite me next time.
I did invite you actually already, dude. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. And I did. It's not like I didn't fucking talk about on the podcast forever. Like I swear to God, every podcast like 6 months prior to this expo, I was like, yo, if anybody's going, let's meet up. If anybody's going, let's meet up. If anyone's going, let's meet up. Let's meet up. So get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. But Demon Slayer is not the only panel I checked out. I did check out the Mob Psycho panel. That was actually day 3. Oh, that was day 3, or my Sunday, and I ended up. I got in, and it was the Mob Psycho panel wasn't as good. A lot, like half of it was just like trivia and like versus Demon Slayer, which was like very intimate, very one-on-one with like these people that are so integral to the series. Whereas Mob Psycho was just like someone from like the team, like the names I forget. And they were super cool and sweet, but you know, there's people cosplayed there like Reagan. And they're doing trivia, and they started showing some of their favorite moments from the 2 series. But I swear, like 80% of it was like meh, while like the last remaining like 10% was like cool, because then they started showing stuff like exclusives from the like upcoming Mob Psycho season 3, and there was a little bit of drama actually concerning that, because Mob Psycho, they asked before they played the new opening, like, hey, okay, you guys, please don't share, don't record, don't take photos. Like they literally just asked us one thing not to do, and that was it. I mean, Demon Slayer did ask that too. You know, I respect it. I'm there. I respect the rules, whatever. If it gets leaked, if it gets leaked online, it is what it is. You know, just the day and age of it. But Mob Psycho, you know, I'm there. I'm enjoying it. The opening is fucking awesome. And that kind of made it worthwhile. And then from there, I just pretty much went home. But the drama that kind of followed that was because of the opening. Someone did record it and they posted it online. And then Mob Psycho Twitter account was actually responded, and they were like, "Wow, you did the one thing we told you not to do." And they got a lot of hate from it, and they got so much hate they actually deleted their tweet. And for me, I'm like in the camp where it's like, okay, it's one thing. I know things get leaked. My problem isn't with the leak. That's just how things are these days. My issue is all the people substantiating it, like, and like fucking tearing down this mob psycho for the leak. It's like, yo guys, like, hold the fuck up. Like, first off, weren't we all just saying animators, like the whole people behind these series and animators and people working on the project need to be paid more? But then here you are just throwing them in the fucking ground, like, no, fuck Mob Psycho, fuck the team, we're gonna get a leak, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, that my problem is with the people like substantiating the leak in kind of a shitty way. And there's one person.
Yeah, that's just straight up the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Coin it.
mob psycho mentality. And it was funny. I was having this this conversation with a good friend of mine. I was like, there's certain points of like viralness in a tweet. Stage one is like it's starting to get viral, and it's purely everyone who agrees with you. Unfortunately, that's when Mob Psycho entered, and everyone kind of bullied Mob Psycho. Then it gets like stage two, where the rest of the world sees it, and now you have conflicting opinions, because then a lot of like anime people who like anime journalists were on the supporting Mob Psycho. It's like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, they asked you. It's one thing to do it, but like they asked you in this very intimate conversation to not do this. Not only are you hurting the leak, but this is subjecting them to like, okay, we're not going to show any more exclusive stuff. Like the Chainsaw Man panel didn't show anything exclusive. They're not going to show any more exclusive stuff. It hurts the hype. It hurts people behind the project. It's like, I get this anti-corpo stuff, like corpo stuff. I get it. I'm anti-corpo too, but like, this isn't like Microsoft, guys. This isn't like Walmart. This is a team working behind a project. And I think everybody who likes Mob Psycho can all agree that Mob Psycho deserves way more hype, and this just kind of put such a sour taste in everybody's mouth. And somebody was like, again, it's not my problem. Isn't with the leak. It happens. My problem is the people that kind of that beat up Mob Psycho and just had some like dumb mob mentality reason for it. Like one person actually tweeted at him. They were like, "Oh, seriously, how am I supposed to get over there? I'm all the way in Florida. Like the exclusivity is so dumb." And like they said that, right? And they got like 50 likes, and like it's so funny. They thought they did something. They thought the post had over like double-digit likes. Your 50K likes isn't much, okay? And then like I didn't even. This is the crazy thing. This is the same person, right? Just keep that in mind. I didn't even tweet in that same tweet. I didn't retweet that same tweet. Like hours after the fact, I put my opinion about the leaks, which is like, oh yeah, you guys kind of like they did the one thing, blah blah. Everything I talked about here. That person tweeted me, comment under my thing, and they were like, I don't know, they did like two things, like, oh, it's 20, hey bud, blah 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 blah. Pretty much the gist of it was, it's 2022. The people that have problems with the leak need to suck it up. And I was like, bitch. I responded back. I clapped back. I'm like, well, okay, with that same thought process, the people who can't make it need to suck it up. Too bad. Get bent. Like, you can't be like, wah for me, but not for thee. Like, that's the kind of people we're dealing with, bro. Like, straight up like, oh, it's unfair for me, but everyone else needs to suck it up. But then they're like, oh well, okay, why can't you suck it up? Like, how many times do you go to like like, okay, I don't go bitch about like all the Japanese stuff happening in Japan, all the cons and like, oh, look at that. I go, that's cool. It finally came out. Like the thing is too, like it got leaked. It's gonna be out in like less than a week. The OP's gonna be out in less than a week, guys. Like you're not gonna not see it. Like it's gonna come out.
That's true. Yeah. I complain about not getting to go to the Super Bowl every year. So I mean, it should probably not be so exclusive.
Yeah, exactly, bro. How many times? Okay, just how many people you go to these concerts, right? Like Drake, or just to name a few, and they're like, or Beyonce, or Jay-Z, or Taylor Swift. I mean, I've been to some concerts I go to like very like intimate concerts where it's like just like nobody. Like I went to Denzel Curry when he was like just like in Arizona like 10 years ago. And those all the time. hey, yeah, hey guys, I'm about to play something that's coming out on my album that's not out yet. No one's ever heard it. It's exclusive. Like, exclusives are a part of the experience. Like, no one bitches. Like, relax, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and just again, it's just like these, just like people coming out the woodworks. It's like the tweet where I see where it's like, every day I'm subject to reading a 13-year-old's opinion on this app, and it's so true. Like, get off. Like, welcome to the real world. Just like shit happens, and like, hey, Crunchyroll Expo is next week in San Jose, or next month. I can't make it. They're gonna have Chainsaw Man exclusives there. Am I gonna bitch about it? No. I think it's fucking awesome. Cool. That means I get the exclusive pretty damn soon afterwards. Good for you guys. You guys paid the trip, the expenses. People flew in from out of country. Like, it was like a thing that I kind of blew up on, and I was like, it's whatever. But like, I don't really blow up on stuff. But the facts are the facts. And P1 is laughing. So is Sunny. But yeah, man, just like, come on, yo.
I'm sure when you think about it with something like that, where they might even be using it to gauge the audience's reaction. So it could be, they show an exclusive and see how, like, this small test group, like, reacted to it, and then they might go back and tweak it to get the reaction that they're aiming for on a mass scale and use the information gathered from that. If you're leaking what they show right then, maybe it's not even what they want to show to the world.
Dude, it's so funny you said that, bro. Like, that's exactly. I mean, you took business school, right?
Yeah, lightly.
I mean, no, but still, like, that's the thing, is I'm trying to, like, that's a perfect, like, if you guys share that mindset, right, it's not just like a leak, it's not just an OP. There's so much going on behind that with the team, with the project. Like Jay said, judging the hype, judging the reaction. There's a lot of moving variables. And like, randos on the internet are going to know that. Like, again, I trust the people working behind the project to say how this is going to hurt them versus a random person on the internet going, I'm from Florida. This sucks for me. Like, dude, get over yourself. Get banned, bro. Like, that, perfect example, Jay. Perfect example.
I know at like a lot of like comedy shows now, they basically make you put your phone inside of a lock bag, and you can't like unlock like this bag until after the show. It has like a scanner or something. I don't know how exactly it works, but
yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Access to your phone.
That's what's gonna happen. That's the thing too. Is like, they don't say you can't. They don't say you can't text or tweet or record like notes. They say don't record. Don't record like voice or video, or don't take pictures. Like, people were live tweeting from the chainsaw. Like, I like reading a live tweet because like it's happening. Someone's like, okay, I just talk about this. And I'm going, ooh, okay, this is so cool. They just said this. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Like, now they're gonna be like, all right, you guys want to go to this panel? Put your phones in a fucking bag and be like a fucking prisoner. Like, it's just like consequences of people's actions. Like, you guys, like, come on. Like, okay, if you leaked it and we're oh, sorry, but no, you guys like, fuck you, Mob Psycho, we leaked it, ha 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 ha. Like, relax, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. I got heated over this fucking Mob Psycho shit. Anyways, I guess I'll just talk about the beer garden, my beer garden thing, and then we'll pack. We're at the hour here. So what's with this beer garden, right? Why do I keep talking about beer garden? Well, I'll tell you right now, if you're over 21 and you don't like, even if you don't like beer, get your wristband that says you're over 21 and go to the beer garden for what? For food. The lines at the beer garden food are so much shorter than everywhere else because, of course, it's only a fraction of the people at Anime Expo. It didn't click till I was in there. I was in a line for like 5 minutes versus outside I was in line for like 10, 20 minutes. So sick, man. And I had this big, like, it was pretty much a corn dog. It was like a big mozzarella stick on a stick. It was cool. I ate it. It was delicious.
You didn't die instantly?
No, I was freaking starving, actually. It was so good. I had it with like a big old Corona. It was so good. But, guys, so I get in the beer garden. And this is before the Mob Psycho event. So I get in the beer garden. I walk there. I get inside. I'm chilling. I'm like just taking around the place. Super cool vibes. It's very open. Everyone's having a good time. There's sun, but you know you're drinking beer. You're drinking water. There's shade. There's shaded areas. You're chilling. You're chilling. You're chilling. Get in line. You know, I'm just kind of just doing it. I'm not really talking to anybody in line. It was kind of like whatever the first time around. But I got a beer. Everyone, it was kind of like secluded to themselves. Kind of biggie, whatever. Get my beer. I got like a nice IPA. I go out. I'm looking for like a spot to sit down. I'm like, surely I'm there alone. Like, this is the good thing about traveling alone sometimes. It's like, it's very easy to assimilate to other parties. Hey, can I sit here? Yeah. Hey, can I sit here? Yeah. It's just like, it's just one dude. Like, no one's going to give a shit. But there wasn't open spots. I was like, oh shit, there's no open spots. There were some standing spots. I kind of wanted to sit down because I've been walking all day. So I go, but I see like the stage. They have like a stage where people perform. There's no one performing, so there's people sitting down there. I'm like, oh, dope. It's in the shade too. I'm going to go sit down. So I go sit down. It's about like 3 feet up. So you can kind of like, you can sit on it while you're standing up and then your legs kind of dangle. And I asked people there, there's like 4 people there. I'm like, hey, can I join you guys and sit down? Like, oh yeah, no problem. So I'm there. And we're not even talking. I'm just drinking my beer. They're drinking their beer. I'm having a good time. I go to take a picture of the beer, right? I take a picture of the beer with the Anime Expo on the back, the picture of the back in the background, and I'm starting to tweet. And the moment I start tweeting, like legit, like after I tweet it, like I notice that the guy's next to me, his phone just falls down. I'm like, oh, that was weird. I'll pay no mind. I'm kind of toasty. I had, you know, I'm good. Feeling good. I'm at IPA. I'm good. Next thing you fucking know, dude. Next thing you fucking know. On the corner of my eye, and as I'm turning towards him, this dude starts slumping over, like his back is on the thing, on the stage, slumped over, and then collapses onto the ground. This dude folded. He passed out cold. It's bro, and this was no. I mean, I was fucking. I'm proud of myself because I reacted. I didn't wait. He slumped over and I immediately just like threw everything down and I picked him up and I went down to him and I grab him by the pit of his arm and I pull him onto my lap. I pull his head onto my lap. So he's elevated. His wife or the girl we was with like, oh my God. And I start grabbing his hands. He's faded. I'm like, yeah, I didn't tell him this. I didn't tell her no shit. I'm like thinking in my head like, yeah, no shit. He's fucking passed out. It's probably heat exhaustion. I tell her, I'm like, go get somebody. And there's 2 other dudes, right? And I grab this guy's arms and I put him out and this guy's legs are folded. I'm like, I don't yell to the dudes, but at this point, the 2 other guys that were kind of in their group or were next to him come up and start helping him, like, grab his legs, stretch him out. I'm like, okay, so they grab his legs. And so I'm like rubbing on this guy's chest. I'm like smacking his cheeks. It's like a solid 30 seconds. I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of crazy because this is the first time I'm experiencing this, like, personally. Meanwhile, no one else is giving a fuck, dude. No one else. Like, we're surrounded by people and no one's coming up to us. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, granted, this is my problem too. Like, a lot of people just sit down on the floor in the middle of the aisles in Anime Expo. Don't do that shit. Like, get to a corner, but like, and this is again another reason why not to. They probably saw this guy laying down and me with his head on my lap, and they probably said, oh, they're just having a good time. It's all around. Everyone else is doing that normally. No, this guy's passed out. I'm smacking his head. It was the craziest thing because the way this guy comes to, like, I won't forget it. Like, I'm looking at him, and I'm down looking at him. He's down looking up at me, and all of a sudden, like, he kind of his eyes open, and you see the whites of his eyes, and then his eyes kind of circle and they come to life, and he looks me in the eyes, and he goes, "What happened?" He goes, "What happened?" And I'm like, "Dude, you passed out." He's like, "Oh, I'm dizzy. I'm like, yeah, no shit. And like, but I'm like, I'm just happy it came to, right? The guy finally came to. He's kind of sitting there, and we kind of get him up. We kind of get him up. He's sitting down. We're like, no, don't move, just relax. He don't care. He stands up. He's a tank, I guess. He stands up. His wife comes back at the same time with water, or the girl, like I mentioned. And finally, like a volunteer security guard comes up to us. He's like, yo, hey guys, what happened? It's like, bro, where were you? Like, the whole minute, just like that trend. I mean, again, it's one of those things where, like, it's only a minute, and like, it happens so fast, but to us in it was a long time, right? So it was funny. He comes up, he's like, "Oh, you guys all good?" Like, I don't know the guy. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And his girl's like, "Yeah." They start putting water in his head, and like, okay, that was the end of it. The security guard walks away, and then finally, like, someone else, like a more, like, I guess, an actual staff getting paid comes up, and she looks like she kind of knows she got like the official shit on. And they take him away. They go to take him away, and I shit you not, as they're taking away the guy that just passed out in my fucking arms, that I had to come to, two guys are walking up to the stage, having the time of their fucking life, fist bumping with like double fisting cans, going yeah, doing little dance moves. They're having a good time. I'm like, oh man, this is just like surreal. Like, 1 second I'm nursing this guy back to life. The next second I'm fucking over here going yeah. These two dudes. I'm like, what is going on, man? It was so crazy. It was so crazy.
Yeah. Talk about the train.
I was tripping out. Man. Cool. That's what happens. You guys gotta drink water at Anime Expo.
Hero to being a bro.
I'm a hero. Did that I saved a life that day. Cheers to Hansi, y'all. Cheers to Hans, guys.
If I had beer, dude, I'd cheers you right now. If I had water, I'd cheers you right now.
It's a thought that counts. But it was just such a strange thing because I'm just glad I acted. Like, you always, like, everybody had, like, again, this is just some guy that passed out. It wasn't that crazy. But everyone has those thoughts in their head, like, in a moment of action, what will you do? Like, would I go, oh my God, and kind of be in shock, or will I react? And I'm glad that I took action before the people he was hanging out with. That's the thing, it was like, the rando guy. And I remember the guy who fainted, and I looked up, like, the two other dudes, like, thought it was kind of like a joke or something. They kind of like smiled and haha. And then I mean, again, that might be like just their state of being. Like, you don't know, like, people get anxious, they laugh sometimes. Like, they probably just didn't know what the hell's going on, and until they saw me like slapping this dude's head, like, oh shit, and then they moved. And like, dude, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I hope if you're by chance listening to this, I hope you're okay. You looked okay. You walked off on your own accord, and yeah. I know, right, dude? Like, where's my fucking? How come? You see all the stuff on like online where like people are recording acts of heroism. Where's the fucking care in recording me, man? Where's your security tape? Man dressed up as Kishibe from Chainsaw Man saves the life of another fucking weep. No, it wasn't dressed up that day. But yeah. Oh no. Anime Expo was dope. Dope.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. Sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah, man. You kind of breaking up again, bro. I'm not sure. The bachelor party was crazy. Well, this podcast isn't about bachelor parties. It's about anime and manga and other weeb shit. But it was good. It was tight. It was super tight. We're just past the hour here. Jay, I don't know if you want to call it if you have more time or whatnot, but I don't really have, I think, much else to talk about other than the artist alley, but I can do a separate video on that because actually no, it's not really that much to talk about. Unless you want to bring anything up, like what you've been watching, anything like that. I think you're actually frozen in place on screen. So I think everyone can agree it's probably a good time to cut. This dude is actually frozen on screen right now. He looks like he just went in a fight with Dio Brando. And Dio was like, Zeweldo! And Jay is frozen in time right now. Okay, he's done. Alright, guys. Hey, I appreciate every one of you tuning in for another episode of the Mancha Hours podcast. As always, it's been a blast. Thank you for tuning in on this kind of different podcast where I pretty much go over my experience at Anime Expo. 10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10. It's a great, obviously there's things that can change to make it better, but overall, great experience nonetheless. We're gonna come back, I think, 2 weeks time. I think what I kind of want to do is do maybe like some little extra podcast, just myself. But yeah, that's all stuff coming up. Looking for more updates. Stuff's rolling out. Stay tuned. Nonetheless, we appreciate you guys for another awesome week. Chainsaw Man coming out manga on the 14th of this month, y'all. So part 2. Look forward to it. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna get now that I'm back. Oh, now okay, Jay's back. Now that I'm back, we're gonna try to do that read along here pretty soon. But yeah, guys, stay tuned.
Looking forward to it.
All right, yo, we are out. We will see you next time.